Hello there. Good morning, afternoon, Saturday, whenever you're watching this. Thank you so much for watching this. My name is Mrs. Martinez Beavers from Golden Valley High School, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to install a Google add-on onto a Google Deck so that students can use that feature to translate. So what you see on my screen right now is an already made Google Deck. This one in particular comes from a PE 9 course because I was recently with the PE PLT at our campus teaching them about immersive reader. So once you have selected your Google Deck, you'll open it. And as you can see right now, this is all in English. Because this belongs to someone else, it is very likely that it is set to view only on the student's part. So the first thing that I would recommend them to do would be to create a copy of it. We are going to be making a change. We're going to be changing the language. So I would strongly suggest that step one would be for them to make a copy of any of these slide decks. So what I have done with all of the students in my ELD class is that I have taught them and we've walked through how to create a folder for each one of their classes. That way, if there's any work that they have to download and then upload, or if there's any homework where they have to create a Google slide deck, or if they have to create a Google Doc, etc., they're all organized. So I'm going to actually begin there. Let's pretend that this is a student's Google Drive, and right now they only have one class. They have their PE 9 class. So for them to create a new folder, what they'll need to do is click on New Folder. They'll write the name of their class, so maybe it's going to be ELD 1. I also have them write the name of their teacher and the year. That way it can be organized for the future. So let's say that they want to make a copy of that slide. I always have them open this up so they can check to make sure they're in the right class. So here would be the teacher's slide deck. They would go to File, make a copy of the entire presentation. I would have them rename it. I would keep the title they have, but I would put the student's name. So mine would be Monica, Chapter 1. And then instead of the EL support folder, which is the one that it currently exists in, I would make sure to put it under the correct class, which for this example will be ELD1, Mrs. Beavers, select. I will click OK, and then that will open the copy that we're going to alter. I like to have my students verify that it's in the right place. So that's why I had this open, and now they can see that their copy is there. Once they have theirs, I remind my students to close the other one. That way they don't have to have too many tabs open, and it will also make sure to help them not to become confused. Okay, so this is the point where they're going to add the add-on. To add an add-on in the Google Slides world, what you need to do is go onto your toolbar, and then you will find one that says Add-Ons. You will click on there. If you have some add-ons, they're already going to appear. But if you don't have any, or if you want to add more, you'll click on Get Add-Ons. And today we're going to be covering 2 add-ons. You can see there are quite a bit of different add-ons on here, and I strongly suggest you look through these. They will make your life easier. Lots of them are very fun for students to use. The one we're going to be using today, the first one is called Slides Translate. and it looks like this. So you just have to click on it, click install. It will ask if you are ready to continue. It needs your permission. After this, it will ask you to verify that you are a current high user. Here, it lets you know which items it's going to have access to. You will allow that. And then it's installed. So here it shows you where you would open this add-on through. Then I'm going to go ahead and add the second one already. That way they're both there. So that one was Slides Translate. The next one is Slides Translator. And I did request for both of them to be approved within our district. So they should both be available to you. You'll follow the same steps as you did with the previous add-on. So at this point, you might be wondering whether having you have these add-ons on your computer or your Google World will be enough for students to use, and the answer is no. Each student is going to have to add the add-ons on their device. As an ELD1 teacher, I'm going to take class time to walk them through how to do it so that they have access to this tool for the rest of their classes. Okay, at this point, we have added the add-ons. We have opened a Google Deck so that we can use the add-ons, and we've made a copy. That way, whatever changes we make will not alter the original one. And as I mentioned before, it's likely that the teacher has those set to view only anyway, so students will need to have a copy of it. So now that we're ready to use the add-on, we'll go ahead and click Add-Ons, and you should see the add-ons here. So the first one I have is Google Slides Translator. Now, I played around with these two options earlier. I was super excited thinking that if I did a voice, it would automatically translate to a different language. It does not do that. What it does do at this moment is that it will write out what I say, but there are still lots of features that don't work very well for that. Like, for example, mine was acting up a little bit. It was only putting one sentence at a time. And I think that might be because I'm using my microphone to create this video. I'm not sure. I'll keep playing with it. But the feature that we are going to use today is the translate box. Let me move myself out of the way here. So when we click on add-ons, we click on Slides Translator, and click Translate Box. This new window will appear. What students need to do then is select the language that they want to have the slides translated to. Now, I thought that I should slide down and find Spanish and that it would be there in an alphabetical order. It was not. And so I was really upset that I couldn't find Spanish because that's what most of our population speaks. However, I did notice that they put it up near the top. Here it is. It's under Portuguese. I'm not sure why these first few are not in alphabetical order, but that's where it is. So I will show my students that. What students will do after they have chosen their language is that they can do two things. They can either select one text box at a time, or they can click on the entire slide. So I've selected the entire slide. I know that because it is now yellow around it, and I did that by clicking underneath the number or these little icons. So right now it's all in English, and when I click translate, This will remain in English, but the translation will be in the adjacent window. So on here we have the title and then we have the body of it. What the disadvantage of this is, I think, is that it doesn't keep the formatting. So students would have to kind of look back and forth, but this is already such an advantage because prior to this, students were having to physically, one by one, manually select the text box, copy it, paste it onto Google Translate, and repeat that process over and over again, which when students worked with me on that, it would take them hours to do. I've selected Spanish. Another language that's spoken on our campus is Punjabi. And that one does appear in alphabetical order. Oh, did I pass it? Excuse me. Here it is. So again, they will click translate and it will translate for them. So again, this is with Slides Translator. Now we're going to go ahead and transition to the second add-on that I mentioned to you, which to use that, you'll go ahead and click on Add-Ons. Then you will click on Slides Translate. Then you will click on Open Translate. And here you're going to see that the window is a little bit different. It does not have as many languages as the other add-on. But what it does do is that you will click on the language. So for example, I'll click on Spanish, and instead of translating it in this window, it will actually translate the entire slide deck. So we just have to give it a few moments. It will work its magic. And then you'll see that it does keep the formatting, which I think is fantastic. I was ready to cry when I saw this because I know how beneficial it is going to be for our students. It does translate everything and keeps the formatting the same. Again, the huge disadvantage here is that it does not have all languages, including Punjabi, which is the reason why I showed you the other add-on. One thing that you should be aware also, aware of, is that it does not, this add-on does not work for any infographics or images. I have not found anything that works for those. This will be, you would be able to have this translated with the other add-on, but the formatting doesn't stay the same, so I will show you. Add-ons, translator, text box. I've already chosen this slide, so now I'm going to change it to Punjabi. And you can see that it will have information here on the side, so it does translate it. And I sadly do not speak Punjabi or am not able to read it either. But when I tried it with Spanish, I saw that it does translate the infographic, which is fantastic, or this table, but it doesn't keep it in order. The format changes. So I cannot control this part. Puedo controlar, no puedo controlar, which is at the end instead of the beginning. So those are some disadvantages of them both. But like I said already, this is going to be so wonderful for our students. I hope that you are able to check this out, apply it, use it, play with it, let our students know about it. I believe I mentioned earlier, but right after this video, I'm going to record a second video. That video will be student-friendly, and it will be bilingual. It will be in English and Spanish. And in that video, I'm going to be showing again students how to install these apps and how they can use it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. As soon as I am able to, I'm very happy to respond to everyone and to kind of play with you all so that we can learn more about these programs. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this. If you've got questions, feel free to email me. My email is Monica, MONICA _ Beavers, B as in boy, EA, B as in Victor, ERS @ kernhigh.org. Thank you so much. See you soon.